Have you ever looked into your dog's eyes and felt like they understood your soul? Some people still say dogs are just pets, as if they're nothing more than four-legged companions who occasionally chase their tails. But anyone who's truly lived with a dog knows it goes far deeper than that. Dogs follow you from room to room, keep a close eye on your every move, wait patiently by the door whenever you leave, and then act like you've returned from a 6-month trip abroad every time you walk back in. Somewhere along the way, you start to realize something. This dog treats you less like a source of comfort and, quite possibly, their mother. It may sound a bit sentimental, but it's not all in your head. Let's take a walk through 10 subtle but unmistakable signs that you're not just their favorite human. In their eyes, you're their mother. Sign number 1. They follow you everywhere. If your dog trails behind you from room to room, even when you're just going to the bathroom, it's more than just curiosity. This kind of loyal trailing is rooted in early attachment. Just as puppies naturally follow their mothers to feel safe and reassured, your dog may be showing that same deep-seated instinct. So when your dog insists on staying close to you, they're showing that same instinct. You're their guide and safe zone, and in their eyes, you're the one who makes the world make sense. Some dogs take this role rather seriously, becoming what can only be described as your four-legged shadow. Whether you're folding laundry, brushing your teeth, or wandering the house trying to remember what you walked into the room for, they're right there behind you, padding along like your personal assistant. This behavior tends to be strongest in dogs that formed tight emotional bonds early on in life, especially those raised closely with people. Once that attachment is set, your presence becomes their comfort zone. Sign number 2. They check in with you constantly. Even in a park full of dogs, scents, and squirrels doing their best to cause chaos, your dog might still glance back at you now and then. You know, a quick check to make sure you're still there. That's what animal experts call referential looking, and it's a behavior we see in both children and dogs when they're emotionally bonded with a parent figure. It's not just a glance to confirm you're still there. It's a glance that reassures them you're present and everything is all right. That tiny look carries a lot of emotional weight. Dogs who see you as their emotional anchor tend to do this more frequently, especially in unfamiliar places. It's their way of checking that everything is still safe, still steady, and still centered around you. That brief look, even in the middle of excitement, says more than 100 barks ever could. It says you're still the most important thing in their world, and they can come to you when things get scary. Sign number 3. They seek comfort from you. When there are thunderstorms, fireworks, unfamiliar guests, and generally, when life gets a little too loud or unpredictable, who does your dog run to? If it's always you, that's a sign they see you as their emotional anchor. In the same way a small child seeking comfort from a parent, your dog instinctively turns to you for calm, safety, and reassurance. You don't need to offer words or make a fuss. Often your presence alone is enough to ease their worries. This can also show up in more subtle ways. Maybe they only press against you, lie under your feet, or gently nudge your hand during loud noises. The fact that they turn to you, instead of hiding under a bed or barking wildly, says everything. In their mind, you're not just nearby. You're the one who helps them feel steady when the world gets wobbly. Sign number 4. They sleep better when they're near you. That's right, sleep is one of the most vulnerable things any living creature can do. If your dog chooses to curl up near you at night, or, better yet, insists on touching you while they sleep, that's not just habit, it's trust. In the wild, puppies sleep close to their mothers and littermates for warmth and protection. When your dog settles in next to you, they're showing that they feel safe enough to rest by your side. Some dogs even adjust their own sleeping rhythms to match yours. If you nap during the day, they nap too. If you stay up late, they're there beside you with sleepy eyes, refusing to go to bed without you. That's not just cute, that's a deep-rooted instinct to stay in sync with the one they trust most, and that's you and your mood. Sign number 5. They mirror your mood. Have you ever noticed your dog becoming quiet when you're feeling down, or playful when you're in a good mood? Dogs are emotional mirrors. They tune into your tone, your posture, and your energy. If your dog shifts their behavior based on how you feel, even before you speak, that's a deep, mother-child-like connection. They're not just observing you, they're syncing with you, the way young children do with a parent. That's what makes babies fuss when their mothers are tense or sad. It's not just empathy. Studies show dogs can recognize emotions in human faces, especially that of their owners. They don't need full sentences or dramatic reactions. Your sigh, your pace, even your breathing. They read it all and often respond in kind. It's subtle, but it's real. Sign number 6. They bring you gifts. It might be a toy, a sock, or a mystery object from the garden that looks like it's seen better days. Whatever it is, your dog proudly delivers it to you as if they've just returned from an epic hunting expedition. This isn't just random. Dogs will sometimes bring their most valued items to the one they trust the most, and in their mind, you're the one who deserves it. Think of it as their version of a toddler handing you a crayon masterpiece and telling you that they made it for you. While it might be messy or confusing at times, it's their version of sharing and inclusion. They want you involved in what they value. That's a sign of deep social bonding, one that goes beyond obedience and into the realm of family. Sign number 7. They listen to your voice over others. If you've ever seen your dog ignore a room full of voices until they hear yours, and then suddenly they're alert, tail wagging, ears up, that's a pretty strong sign. Studies have shown that dogs are particularly responsive to the voice of the person they're most attached to. It's not just recognition, it's a preference. And when your voice cuts through all the noise, it's because, to them, your voice is home. Some dogs even adjust their energy depending on your tone. A soft, calm voice makes them settle. A cheerful voice brings out the wiggles. They tune in not just to what you say, but how you say it. And they respond the way a child might respond to a familiar lullaby. Sign number 8. They follow your lead. Whether it's entering a new house, meeting a new dog, or hearing a strange noise, dogs often look to their trusted human before reacting. That is called social referencing, and it's something human babies do with their mothers. Your dog watches your face, your tone, and your body language, and then decides how to respond. If they're unsure, and they see you staying calm, they'll take that as a cue to relax too. This is a clear sign of trust. Your dog is saying that they'll wait to see what you think before they do anything. That's not something they'd do with just anyone, but it goes even deeper when they feel the need to step between you and the world. Sign number 9. They protect you instinctively. Your dog doesn't need to be trained as a guard dog to show protective behavior. Sometimes it's as simple as standing between you and a stranger, or barking when someone unfamiliar approaches the door. They're not just being territorial, they're guarding you. And the instinct to protect is deeply tied to feelings of loyalty, love, and family. In this case, they're acting like the protector. But the reason they do it is because they see you as someone too important to lose. This protective instinct also shows up when other dogs get too close, or when someone raises their voice at you. It may not be very aggressive, but it's clear they've got your back. And after all that watching, following, and protecting, there's one more moment where their feelings become impossible to miss. Sign number 10. They greet you like you've been gone forever. You must have noticed that even if you've just stepped out to check the post, your dog may greet you like you've returned from a 5-year journey. The tail wagging, the excited spinning, and the happy whining aren't just about how many seconds you stayed away. It's about attachment. Puppies respond this way when reunited with their mothers after a separation. So when your dog throws a full-blown celebration every time you walk through the door, it's not overdramatic, it's devotion. By now, it's pretty clear whether your dog does or doesn't see you as their owner. If you're their comfort and their constant person, they will definitely consider you their mother. If this video warmed your heart even a little, give the video a like and let us know in the comments which of these signs your dog shows the most. We'd love to hear your story.